Hello, good evening from Anglia News. Bomb disposal experts have blown up a wartime mine which was discovered on the beach at Southwold in Suffolk. Police and Coast Guards created an exclusion zone around the device, which was spotted in the sea by a swimmer. An initial explosion failed to make an impact, so Navy divers carried out a second, larger controlled explosion which succeeded in destroying it. Malcolm Robertson reports.
So you're going to have to go this way.
This is when it began to get serious. Police officers and Coast Guards clearing people from the seafront at Southwold and creating a 100-metre exclusion zone around a suspicious object in the sea. It's marked by an orange buoy, spotted by a man swimming on Tuesday, and now a big concern for this normally quiet seaside town. Toby Doonan and his friends from Kimbolton are on holiday here and told me how they were swimming around it yesterday.
We were just swimming around, just having fun on our boogie boards and stuff, and I fell over and I landed on this bit of scrap metal and I could hold it.
It's the busiest time of the year in Southwold, but the tourists weren't quite expecting this drama. And for youngsters here, what excitement seeing the Royal Navy bomb disposal team from Portsmouth putting in an appearance.
We're very excited about the bomb.
Yeah. Nothing happens in Southwold.
It was clear there'd be no further trade for Susie's Cafe on the seafront, which would normally be doing a roaring trade today.
Yes, we've got to go.
Yes, we're the last ones, but they can't do anything with anybody around because it's dangerous, he said.
By this time, a Royal Navy bomb disposal team had arrived from Portsmouth. Their divers went down and confirmed this was a British beach mine, one of thousands laid along the coast to repel the German invasion during the Second World War. It would have to be detonated. Holiday homes close to where the mine was were evacuated. The area around the mine was packed with sandbags, and at 6 o'clock we were expecting an explosion. As exciting as it was for the crowd, the mine hadn't been destroyed. So 25 minutes later, they tried again. This time, success.
That was it. That's a proper bang, wasn't it, this time? That's what we expected the first time, but you have to be very careful how they do it because it's so close to shore. Unfortunately, it didn't work the first time, but I think the second time was good.
Southwold could return to normal after its day of excitement and drama. Malcolm Robertson, Anglia News, Suffolk.
The funeral of a soldier born in Great Yarmouth was held at Sheffield Cathedral today. Trooper James Leverett died earlier this month while serving with the Royal Dragoon Guards in Afghanistan. He was 20. His mother said too many servicemen were dying in a conflict which she felt was not our war. Next tonight, the former magistrate who foiled a gang of bungling burglars after calling the police on a mobile phone he borrowed from the getaway driver. Dr. Dick Soper from Great Saxham near Bury St Edmunds saw the men at a neighbour's house and intervened. Lorna Ramsey reports.
As a former magistrate, Dr. Dick Soper has a fair amount of experience with those on the wrong side of the law. But when he was chopping firewood one afternoon, he noticed something at his neighbour's house and came face to face with some of them.
Out of the corner of my eye, I noticed across there a couple of yellow fluorescent jackets in front of the house across the field.
So he decided to investigate. And when he went round the back, he saw one of the men inside.
As I walked past the kitchen, one of them walked through the kitchen in his yellow jacket. And I thought, am I going to go in there and see what they want, or am I going to go and make a phone call?
But with no phone on him, he decided to flag down a passing car.
Give me dial 999, please, quickly. There's a burglary going on over here. Thank you.
But the man in the car was no passerby. He was the getaway driver.
In hindsight, it's probably not the brightest thing for him to have done.
Well, that's for other people to judge, but it was a strange thing, I do agree.
And with the getaway car gone, the two other men had no other choice but to flee on foot. The two men crossed this road, crossed these fields, and then escaped into the forest of Ickworth Park. One of the men was found by the police helicopter when he was hiding in a stream. The other man was picked up by police when he asked a neighbour in the village of Chevington to call him a taxi. The three men, all from Norwich, are now behind bars for a total of 9.5 years. John Story, who's 29, admitted 25 burglaries. Matthew Curtis, who's 26, admitted 15, while Richard Woods, who's 51, admitted 21 offences. They mainly targeted rural locations across Norfolk and Suffolk. Villages such as Hargrave and Denham in Suffolk were hit, along with Cringleford and Rackheath in Norfolk. The village of Great Saxham wants this incident to be an example to other burglars, that if you come here, the community will be watching. Lorna Ramsey, Anglia News, Great Saxham.
A set of Winston Churchill's false teeth have been sold at an auction in Norfolk for more than £15,000. The spare set of the wartime leader's dentures were sold at Key's sale rooms in Aylsham. With bidders from around the world on the telephones, it was clear from very early on that initial predictions of £5,000 were going to be way off the mark. The bids kept going up until the final hammer fell at £15,200 to a collector from Gloucestershire. Well, after the Speedway legend Ivan Major predicted on last night's Anglia Tonight that better times were ahead for the sport, bad news today for Mildenhall Tigers fans. They've been forced to close mid-season after promoter Ray Maskell pulled the plug on the club, citing failing crowds and the death of his wife. It's hoped new owners will be in place by the start of next season. Just time for the weather now with Amanda.
Whatever the weather, enjoy it with Anglian Home Improvements, sponsors of Anglia Weather.
Hello and good evening. So it is remaining dry with some clear skies as we head overnight, and that's with temperatures at a minimum of 13 degrees. So it's quite a nice start to the day for many of you tomorrow. Lots of sunshine around during the morning, but as we go through the afternoon, we are going to see a bit of cloud nudging in by the end of the day, so followed behind by some light and patchy rain as we go into tomorrow evening. Now, temperatures-wise, for tomorrow afternoon, between 21 and 23 degrees. 23 is 73 in Fahrenheit. So the patchy rain may still be lingering for the start of the weekend, but it will eventually clear off into the North Sea, so some brighter skies behind it and temperatures centred around 22 degrees. Good night.
Anglian Home Improvements, sponsors of Anglia Weather.
And that's all from us for now. Thanks very much for watching. From all of us here on the Late Team, enjoy the rest of your evening. Good night.